Hi, my name is Philip Morgan. Welcome back to another devotional exploration. Today we'll be talking about the book of Numbers, specifically in the wilderness. And today's title is Finding Purpose in God's Journey. Um, I don't know, some of you might be in a wilderness season right now where you're learning through things, you're going through things, and I'm just here to remind you that there is divine order amongst the chaos. And so God's in Numbers, we look at God's non-random actions. So the Sinai census, first of all, the book of Numbers begins with Moses taking a census to organize the Israelites into tribes for their journey, the 12 tribes. The structured presence here, Moses ordered the 12 tribes to position themselves carefully with the tabernacle of God's placed at the very center of the camp. The intentionality behind this meticulous organization demonstrate that God acts with order, justice, and intent. Our spiritual journeys are guided by a God who structures our lives with purpose, placing his presence at the center of our wandering. So, although the Israelites were in the wilderness wandering around, God was still in the center. The other thing to highlight in the book of Numbers is the danger of fear, forgetting the promise at Kadesh. So Moses sent out 12 spies into Canaan, but 10 returned in a panic, terrified by the formidable descendants of Anak, right? They said there's giants in the lands. This creates paralyzing doubt. The spies claimed the inhabitants were too powerful, leading to widespread fear and a revolt among the people, right? It caused fear and chaos within the camp from 10 people. So this led to forgetting God's power. This fear caused the Israelites to forget God's past miracles, splitting of the Red Sea, leading them out of Egypt, ultimately costing an entire generation their entry into the promised land. So our perception of obstacles can either propel us forward in faith or paralyze us with doubt. You choose. Purpose in the delay. So there's a lot of character building here in the wilderness over the 40 years. What could have been a short trip because of a 40-year delay? Excuse me. What could have been a short trip became a 40-year delay because the Israelites refused to trust God's promise. Although there was discipline in the mercy in this, God decreed that the rebellious generation would pass away in the wilderness, yet he mercifully preserved their children. So just imagine you're out there in the wilderness traveling and you get this word from the Lord and it says, you're not going to go to the promised land. You're not going to make it. The heartache and the despair that you must feel knowing that your family is going to pass away in this desert. But he says that your children will make it. They will be the descendants that make it there. They will be the ones carrying on um, the generations to come. And so that must bring some type of peace, even though you're in despair. Forming character. So this delay was not because God abandoned them. Let's not forget why this happened. God responds with short term severity and long term generosity. He uses the wilderness to knock off our rough edges and form a character capable of carrying his promises. So you're being reshaped and formed in this wilderness season. So it's never a waste of time. God uses everything for his good. The gift of the wilderness. Some eternal lessons on the journey to Moab. A place of decision. The wilderness is our place of decision, teaching us that our wandering are never the end of the story. Daily dependence. Despite their constant grumbling, God demonstrated immense mercy by continuously providing manna and quail in the barren desert. Mm. They were hungry, they were thirsty, they had run out of their reserves, and God still provided manna from the sky, bread from the sky, and plenty of quail to eat for that day. But they had to remember not to keep anything for the next because their faith had to be new every day and restored every day. Enduring faithfulness, the Israelites learned hard lessons about disobedience. They also learned that God never quits on his people. We must believe God promises and remain thankful for his provision, even in extreme circumstances. So, my friends, I leave you with this. Although you may be in a wilderness season, remember that God is with you. Keep God in the center. Keep your life organized enough to where you can always look to him. And although all things may not work out to how you want them to, God has a plan for you for when you come out of the wilderness. So peace be with you and God bless you. Thank you.